एक बाजी, एक गहरी सांस और एक ललकार खुली हवाओं में कि हाँ, मैं बना हूं उन फिजाओं के लिए, कि हाँ, मैं बना हूं उन ऊंचाइयों के लिए जो ऊंची तो बहुत है पर नामुमकिन भी नहीं, क्योंकि मुमकिन और नामुमकिन में बस इतना सा फर्क है। धूप छांव में फर्क बस इतना सा। तो बस चलिए फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया के साथ ये फर्क मिटा देते हैं। फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया।
Thank you so much, Sanjeev. Good morning, everyone, and welcome. Welcome to our very first Master Franchise Summit in the new financial year. We're all very, very excited. As a team, we have just gotten back from Andamans, where we got to meet sand and sun and lots of fun. So we're all very excited. I think when the team said that we will start doing webinars at 11 a.m., I was happy because I'm a morning person. But I think since this is the first edition in this new financial year, we would be able to gather more community as we go along. So I think the way, before I introduce myself and maybe talk about what we do, let me just sort of, lay out the structure of this webinar and what we are trying to do with it. So this webinar, Master Franchise Summit, especially on a Monday morning, is to really, in this new financial year 2024, to one, build, educate, and engage with the international master franchise community, both who are already operating brands or who want to acquire and operate international master franchisees. And so this is what we are trying to do with this. Yes, Fran Global is not just restricted to India. We operate in 9+ countries. But I would say with this session, we are trying to connect, influence, and engage with the community here in India, in certain other countries in South Asia and the Middle East. So that's the, I would say, foundation. Now, let me introduce, myself and Fran Global. So I am Venus Barak. I'm the CEO of Fran Global. Today, I'm joined by my colleague, Mr. Swaraj. Swaraj is the Senior Vice President for us, and he'll be coming in later in the webinar to bring in what he is really doing with bringing in different opportunities, and what at Fran Global we are really offering to the community here. So what is Fran Global? Fran Global is a market entry firm. Our core lies in working with international brands and helping them find entry into India, for sure. This happens to be our home market, and the biggest market for sure, as you can imagine. But we actually service multiple countries, global countries. We are a global franchise market entry firm, and I'm happy to say the work which we have done in last, I would say, especially 4 years, I would say since the COVID, it really has opened up the world for us. Today, we sign international best in the business brands for India and for international markets. And I would say, as someone who is leading the organization, that is something which we always wanted to do. We have some really big plans for going forward this year, which we will share as we do more of these. So that's what we do. So what I would say, people who are here over Zoom and who would watch this later on YouTube, if you want help, if you want support, if you want to know more in terms of international brands acquisition, international master franchise, anything, I would say reach out to us. I will give in my information in the chat box. Viraj would also share his information. So we're all here to help you with your journey. Now, uh, and again, we do multiple sessions of these. So today, I think today's session, what we really wanted to do was not maybe present you like a specific brand. I think, as I mentioned, the whole idea with our team is to start this dialogue to try and kind of say that what is master franchising and who it is suitable for, and how to take the next 4 to 5 steps for you if you really want to indulge in master franchise. So yes. So I'm sure, I think when we were doing a retreat this last week, I got to know this term from our founder, Mr. Maria, is that consumption is the new oil. And I can 100% say that, especially for a market like India. Uh, I mean, what is driving our economy? It is consumption. We don't have oil to sell for it, right? Our so our the consuming class in India is actually defining our economy, which is a great sign. Very similar to what happens in the US, right? And of course, with this consumption class is mostly what we call middle class. And last year we added about 35 million people in the middle class. And this year as well, it will be. So imagine we are adding an Australia every year into the population of Australia every year into our middle class. That's amazing. That's fascinating. And yes, I'm from India, so I do understand our per capita income, consumption, everything is very different. But eventually, we're all, getting to a place, especially what we call the India one, which is about 100 to 120 odd million people, which is consuming 60% of India's consumption. I think that's where majority of the brands today are really sort of, banking on. But every brand, especially which is into FMCG or all kind of mass consuming products, is looking that in next 10 years, from 120 million, we would at least be 220 million. So I mean, these are the numbers which are not available anywhere else in the world. So that's what makes it exciting. And master franchising, of course, as I'm sure you have heard a lot of that word, is to for a brand to expand without putting in their monies, without financing, without giving equity, but expanding their system. And that's what we do. So we bring international franchise systems to Indian marketplace and many other markets. So I think the first thing, so that is what master franchising is. I would say 85 to 90% of international consumer-oriented brands you see in India are under either a master franchise or master license contract. Almost 800 to 850 brands. So it's the most favorite way for international brand to come to a market. Isn't that amazing? So all the brands which you see, international brands which you aspire to buy or do buy or look forward for, they're all run by Indian enterprises. And that is the power of master franchise. So that's the first step. Now, the second thing, who is a master franchise? And I'm happy to say, and Swaraj would maybe reflect more on it. India is a young country, right? We're still a very young country, which actually works really well for us. At least for next 50 years, we are a young country. So I would say 60% of our buyers, master franchise buyers, are first time master franchise buyers. It's unheard of. It's unheard of. So it's a very, very exciting times. But who is a master franchise? Who is an international master franchise? One, yes, it goes without saying, capitalization. I think you do need certain amount of capitalization to be able to, acquire a good brand. Second, without, even before capitalization, you'd have to have a business plan. My biggest peeve is when people say, Venus, I want to buy this brand, but उनके पास business plan ही नहीं होता है. But there are some people I would meet and they will have this clear business plan, and really brands buy into that. So business plan is critical. Capital, of course, is needed. You also need to assess businesses. See, we are currently, and I would include Swaraj also, although Swaraj business requires a lot of capital, but today we have done, especially last year, an amazing size of businesses where professional people turned entrepreneurs. It's a different kind of business. And then we have investor-oriented businesses which require large capital, anything upwards of 3 crores up till about 50 crores. So you have to see, like, I'm a professional, right? I've been working for a long time. The way I look at a business is very different from, let's say, if I was a real estate developer and I had 50 crores to invest and the kind of asset I want to acquire. So you need to know where you're coming from, what kind of asset you will be able to acquire and develop. So that's the most important thing. It's not just about throwing money at it, because I'm sorry, there are already like what 150 billionaires in India, and I don't know how many thousands of millionaires in India. Money, a lot of people have, but what people lack is, one, planning, second, focus, and third, an understanding that when you bring in an asset to a new market, it requires great team. It requires good understanding of the supply chain and all those things. So I think you really need to see. So you have to see, you want to acquire a business which has return on big capex, big capital, and big return on investment over a period of time, or you want to acquire businesses which are great on return on time. So businesses which are, let's say, learning and development, coaching, consulting, maybe preschools. So these businesses require a lot of time. And if you do not put your time, you might be a high IQ person, you're never going to be able to earn a decent return. So that's also very important, that what kind of business you want to acquire. There's a return on investment, there's return on time, there's return on effort, which all eventually boils down to the value which you are able to turn around for yourself, for your stakeholders. Master franchise, international master franchise, is a wealth creation business. It's not just income business. Really, it's a multi-generational business. I would say 65 to 70% of our buyers are second or third generation entrepreneurs. People who are from business families and now want to diversify their portfolio. So all this is very critical for you to think of. And what I think I've already touched upon it, what is very important, you have to think through what kind of brand you want to acquire. And it's not, unless, let's say, you have a corpus of $10 million upwards, maybe 70, 80 crores. Uh, you know, because I meet a lot of people who will say, Venus, I want to acquire Chipotle, I want to acquire this, I want to acquire that. But there's no foresight into it. Just because you have eaten and you like the food doesn't mean that you will be able to operate it. Yes, guilty as charged. Have I done those deals? I have. But coming to a place where I have been working for 26 years, I would not recommend them. Doesn't matter if people don't know that brand. You, as a master franchise, take that responsibility, take that onus. And of course, yes, your downside is because you're investing it now when nobody knows it, but the upside is even bigger. If you redo it in 5, 7 years, people will be lining up. And I've seen it happening so many times. So I think what kind of brand you want to acquire. And then I think next I want to touch upon before categories, and I think Swaraj will touch upon it because he's doing a lot of research. He is traveling across the country, even not just country, maybe other parts of South Asia also, what kind of consumption is happening. So he will talk about so sectors, which categories. For me, I think what we are seeing a very, of course, F&B, yes, but F&B is so large, what kind of we are seeing a lot of because COVID took a lot of casual dining business. COVID really took a lot of casual dining business. So we are seeing a big demand in good brands, great brands in the casual dining space, because quick service is so, I wouldn't say crowded, but it requires such scale that you cannot see money coming back to you unless you have 100 stores, correct? But in casual dining business, with 10, 15, 20 stores, you can have a healthy turnover and eventually margins as well. So a lot of happening in F&B, and Swaraj will touch. He's doing a lot of work, not just in pure restaurant, but good, like interesting entertainment play on restaurant, a lot of entertainment businesses. We are seeing growth in retail coming back. I think today people want to buy good products, great products, especially when they go to stores. It's not, otherwise they order from the app. So there are some sectors we are also seeing again back, because that business almost got slaughtered during Corona. It was education, learning, and development, because those 2 years, the schools and colleges were closed. There was so much which was lost, and now parents realize that the development of a child, it's so important. So we are bringing a lot of concepts where kids can engage, can help, and can learn. So a lot of industries are opening up. We're seeing a lot of demand coming in, where people say, Venus, I need maybe a business which is into green energy, which is into alternative renewable energy, because India is a very important part of this whole climate economy and climate change. And of course, we are taking the leadership in renewables and energies and solar and EVs. So those kind of businesses are there. So yes, right now the market remains exciting. We This year, we are really looking at bringing in some really credible brands. And I think the good thing, what we really bring on board, is we are not just about having this one big deal and done. No, we actually, because we are part of Franchise India, it is in our DNA to democratize the industry. We have options for you starting from 10 lakh rupees to buy an international brand. Because in some cases, we take that mandate. So we become the master franchise. So where I'm coming from, we actually acquire and manage master franchisees ourselves. I'm not just saying as a broker or advisor. So we manage that as well. So today we have options for you. If you really want to acquire a great brand, we have options for you for single unit, multi-unit, area developer, regional master, area master, country master, multi-country. We are currently working on a deal which is multi-country master. So many options. You can look at us, reach out to us. We are not saying we are perfect. We work hard for it every day. Every day we work hard for it. But what I can confidently say is that if you really, or someone really want to acquire an international brand, talk to us. Doesn't mean you have to hire us or work with us. That happens if everything kind of comes together. But at least we will be able to give you some sort of pointers, because we are doing this day in and day out for a very, very long time. I've been in this business for 17 years. So yes. So that's about it. I'll bring in my colleague, Swaraj now. Swaraj is a senior vice president, and he will share his what he's doing. He has some very interesting takes on, especially the category, which of course he comes with the 2.5 decades of experience. And yeah, Swaraj, over to you.
Hi, good morning, everyone. First of all, I would like to thank all of you for taking out this opportunity and time to join at 11 o'clock. A special thanks to Mr. Prabhu Prakash, who confirmed me on WhatsApp that he has joined the call from Chennai. And also to Mr. Siddharth Jain and Mr. Jinesh, who has taken out their time because I had personally messaged them to join the Master Franchising call because they were interested in taking up a business and they were in close talks with us. As Venus has taken it up very clearly, that master franchising is a business opportunity. It is an opportunity where we are getting connected with international business to come to India. And there is a lot of potential in India because of the volume, definitely. And second, the most important thing is that Indian market requires variety. So I think there is a lot of scope when it comes to F&B, when it comes to health, when it comes to wellness, when it comes to hotels, when it comes to resorts, and when it comes to entertainment. So as all of you know that the main focus of the entire industry and the entire community, political community, along with the government, is to get India back as a tourism and a place where people can come and they can entertain, they can have all the type of facilities which are there. So there is a huge scope. There is a huge scope when we talk about international brands who are looking out for opportunities in India. Our main objective is to get you a correct brand as far as your location, as far as your region is concerned. And definitely, it is a business potential opportunity for everyone who is there on the call today. We can definitely be connected and we can be in touch. But the most important thing currently is that we are talking about brands which has not entered the Indian market. So you can be the first one to have these brands with you. And why we have taken up these 8 brands to just show a bit of demonstration is because these 8 brands are known by their name, they are known by the brand itself. So when you talk about the Super Park, it is one of the biggest indoor theme parks which is there in the international market. There were around 20 parks which are currently operating throughout internationally. Flip Out is also a concept, a brand which is operating around 60 international indoor theme parks. Twin Park and Hooters, they are entertainment and sports bars, which are one of the best as far as the US market is concerned. Giraffe is a very new brand which we have onboarded. We already have one property coming up in Delhi, and the brand is looking out for a huge expansion in the Indian market. Same with Pop Social, Social Gaming, and Stumpies, which are gas to entertainment concept. So this is the new concept which is currently uh, exploring the Indian market, and they are very inquisitive to sign up area franchisee deals. They are interested to sign up with a master franchisor who can expand this brand for them in India. These brands are all to do with gastro entertainment. So it is basically you have food, you have liquor, you have along with that you have a concept of a gaming inside the restaurant or the lounge bar which you are proposing to make. So the other slides just shows a bit of description about the brand, about what these brands are. So to give you an idea, these are the countries where we are also looking into for expanding this same brands out there. So out on our portfolio right now, Frank Global has more than 95 international brands, which we are looking out for expansion in all these 8 countries wherever we are present. It is India, UK, US, Denmark, UAE, Qatar, Bahrain, Oman, Brazil, Philippines. So it is not that it's only the Indian market, it's the international market also. Super Park, as mentioned, this is one of the best international theme parks, indoor theme parks, which is currently operating around 20 sites all over the world. Flip Out, it is a UK-based brand. They have more than 60 plus parks in 10 countries, coming up with another 10 parks this year. Social Gaming, it's a Norwegian concept in which you have the gaming along with the bar concept which is there. Stumpies, it's basically a Stumpy's hatchet. So you basically go in, you have your food, you have your drinks along with that. You can have the axe throwing competition, which is there. So these concepts are recently looking out for huge market expansion plan. Same with Pop Social. And as mentioned, Twin Peaks and Hooters are the brands who are into sports entertainment. They are looking out for franchising opportunities, area franchising opportunities in India, and this is one of the best brands which has come from the US market. Giraffe, as again mentioned, it's a family dining concept bar, family dining concept restaurant, which is already started one of the properties in India, and they are looking out for area franchising and master franchising rights in south, north, west of western part of India.
If I can, so Suraj, if you can go back to Giraffe. So
Yeah.
Giraffe, I am confident. If you've been to the UK or if you have any family members, friends who have, lived in the UK or been to the UK, they would know Giraffe. Giraffe was actually the very first brand, maybe 2 decades back, maybe more, which had the Better Burger brand. अदरवाइज पहले तो सारे बर्गर किंग और मैकडोनल्ड्स और जो हमारे क्विक सर्विस के ब्रांड्स होते हैं, यस, फाइव गाइज वाज देयर, बट इन दिस, लाइक इफ आई टॉक अबाउट यूरोप, इट वाज जिराफ. Really, in fact, I can honestly say I have a personal touch with it, because when I went to the UK for the first time, London, 20 years back, and I had my first, there were two brands I was really impressed with. One was Sushi, which is not almost, maybe is not as attractive as it used to be, and then of course it was Giraffe. And it is a brand which has a lot of legacy, a lot of legacy, also a lot of experience, really, into delivering best menu, best product. I mean, if you open a Giraffe in your city, that's going to be the place to go for the best burgers, best dishes in town. And of course, with Giraffe you can put alcohol as well. It's not just sort of pure food, you can actually put alcohol into it. So if from a restaurant business, let's say, which doesn't have alcohol, you're looking at a sale of what, 40 लाख रुपीस, बट आप उसमें अगर बार डाल देते हैं, तो हम बात कर रहे हैं कम से कम 80 lakhs to 1 crore of sale. So we're looking at a 8 to 10 crore, 10 to 12 crore over turnover from one store. बिकॉज सी, छोटा स्टोर नहीं खुलेगा, इसको हम थोड़ा बड़ा स्टोर खोलेंगे, सो लेट्स से 2,500 से 3,000 स्क्वायर फीट में खुलेगा आपको कम से कम. बट इफ यू डू दिस द होल जिराफ फॉर्मेट विद alcohol, it would do 8 to 10 to 12 crores in a year. So that's very so imagine if you open 5 giraffe, so you're looking at a turnover 50 to 60 crores. So it's a very, very high turnover business. The menu, of course, is not an issue. So you really need to, look at this. And if you want to open the best in the business, uh, of course, Giraffes originally has been known for its burgers. But now they, as my colleague mentioned, they have a full menu. And if you do a nice bar with it, I mean, it is hard to find places like this in India right now. So it's a great brand. And Swaraj, are they open for single unit, or you're looking only for multi-unit?
They are open for single units.
So, and what is the investment typically in a single unit?
Between 2.5 to 3 crores.
So मतलब आप मान लीजिए अगर आप बार लगा भी देते हैं तो 3 से 4 करोड़ का बिजनेस,
3 से 4 करोड़ होता है.
3 से 4 करोड़ में, I mean, and again, as I mean, so I mentioned this earlier, we bring you brands, not just that you have to invest 100 crores into it. Swaraj is bringing you a world brand, a world brand. Giraffe is known worldwide. And if you have a great location, that's where Swaraj will fight with you. If you do not have a great location, there's no business case. If you have a fantastic location, talk to us. And with Giraffe, Swaraj can work with the brand. If the location is fantastic, even for a single unit. So this is a brand which uh, is something I'm very excited about, because India still needs great brands for in dining, great products, and Giraffe is going to be known for its food and for its environment, for its overall, what it has carried through for more than 2 decades. So very excited about this brand. I think, right, we're talking about the first time on a platform like this, right?
Yes.
So very excited about that. Go ahead, Swaraj.
So these are the brands which we are currently working with. We have other brands like Pulanar. We have brands like Galitos, Barcelos, who are also looking out for massive expansion out here in India. And I think anybody or anyone who is interested in it can directly get in touch with us. We also have a lot of wellness brands which we are getting in from the European market. So I think Cult Fitness is a brand which we are currently looking out for exploring in India, which will
Oh, can't see it,
definitely.
Swaraj. We can't see it.
Yeah, so that is not there. I have not added those brands out here. So I'm just giving them the names of the brands which is there. So these are the brands which are definitely looking out for huge, massive expansion. And we also have another additional 90 brands which are looking out for single units or for area franchisee deals along, which is all international brands, and they're great brands to explore in the Indian market. So anybody who has any questions or anything would like to share, you can put it in the Q&A. We are ready to answer.
I cannot see. So I think, Swaraj, maybe if you can tell people, it was a great presentation by you. What are your minimum, I would say, what kind of people you're talking to or you would want to talk to, so that, people can decide if it will be, what you're looking for, or because you're
So
managing multiple brands.
yeah, so we are looking out for potentially master franchisee brands, which in which the minimum investment will be between 3 crore to 50 crores. So there are wide varieties of brands, but yes, if somebody has a budget which is between 1 to 2 crore, 1 to 3 crores also, we can suggest them some brands which can have area franchisee rights, and also these brands are flexible to work on FIFO and both FOCO models also. So we have all the options open. We would like to have interested investors or anybody who is already in the business to give us a call and talk to us, so that individually we can discuss about their preferences, we can discuss about their area location, and we can decide on what is the brand they would like to go ahead. But there is a lot of flexibility in all the brands which we are working with, and there is a lot to come on the plate and the platter. So we have two major Australian brands which are also expanding, which is Lollipop Playland and Noodle Box, which is coming in very soon. So there will be great brands to work with in the Indian market. And I think along with that, additionally, we are planning to add another 25 brands this year who are only going to be in the master franchising segment.
Right. And one thing I just want to add, as I mentioned earlier, if you have a business plan, uh, you know, uh, and some capital, but maybe not like you don't have the, let's say if you need 50 crores or 5 crores or 10 crores, then you have half of it, or maybe 30% of it. See, capital chases performance and scale. If you are able to build a business plan for a specific brand, and there is of course performance and scale, so capital, in we are living in a very interesting time where you can actually there are so many people looking to invest into different concepts. The challenge is, and again, I'm not talking about people who invest maybe into the band A brands जिनको सिर्फ सब में इन्वेस्ट करना है, वो अलग है. But see, investors today, especially in a market like India, are chasing people who, one, can perform, and second, can scale. Performance and scale. So if you are able to deliver on that, at least for first 2 to 3 years, capital ho sakta hai. We actually are currently working with a couple of people where we are helping them raise capital because they brought in a brand, they build a pilot case, they build a business case, they have perfected the operations, the supply chain, the people, the training, but now they need money to scale, right? So we are helping them for that. So I would say, you know, it's all about you. Because see, building for India is right now the talk of the world, not just the town. Everyone wants to build in India, for India, of India. So it's a very interesting time for us. We're looking for highly ambitious people, highly ethical people also, because that's mandatory for the business. And if you come with a business plan, if you have a vision, we'll try and make it happen. And Swaraj, have you given your information on the chat box?
Yeah, I'll share my information.
So your number is there. I'll put in my number also. If
Yeah.
there are any questions, we'll be more than happy to, answer those. Otherwise, reach out to me. This is my number. Swaraj will also give his information, his email and number. And I want to wish you all the luck. This is, we're starting our financial year, and let's make this year big. There's a lot of happening in this year. And yeah, we would love to be part of your journey. Even if you want to buy an Indian brand, we can help you connect with our domestic teams, no problem. If you want to acquire a franchise, uh, we would want to have a discussion with you. Swaraj is actually traveling across the country. His dates will be published on our website, on our different platforms. So be happy to meet with him. He'll be in Delhi. I think he's going to Mumbai. He's going to Bangalore, Ahmedabad. So he actually is traveling the country. So meet him. You have his number. Try and meet him in person. He will be able to maybe have a much more meaningful discussion with you. But otherwise, thank you so much for your time. If you're watching this now, later, and good luck in your journey to acquire a great franchise.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for taking out your time and joining. Have a nice day.
Okay, bye-bye. Swaraj, your number is not there. No, but Swaraj, you're only sharing with host and panelist. You need to
Okay.
share with everyone. Yes. So this is Swaraj's number. Swaraj, share your email also. Maybe some people want to, join you on your email. So feel free to reach out to me, Swaraj. You can of course connect us on our platforms. We are there on LinkedIn. Just type Frank Global on LinkedIn, Frank Global Franchise India on Facebook, YouTube. We are everywhere. And yeah, we would love to have that chat. Thank you so much, everyone. And let's have a great start of the year. And